And we are live. Hey, everybody. This is Roberto Blake helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the StreamYard channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how to monetize on a live stream. For those of you who were expected to be here just a little bit earlier, sorry for the technical difficulties, but that is the beauty of live streaming. And we're brought to you by StreamYard, the greatest live streaming app in the land, making live streaming simple. So today I'm going to be doing a massive Q&A with all of your questions. You guys have me for at least an hour, if not longer, and we are going to be talking about live streaming here on YouTube, which I personally believe to be the best platform when it comes to live streaming. So what I'm going to need all of you to do, by the way, is to share the stream, make sure it's getting out there. We do have this live currently on YouTube, and I'm also streaming this to some of my other syndication platforms, including LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and even Twitch. So one of the things that I definitely want to make sure that we cover is live stream monetization in terms of platforms, because I still believe that the best platform to monetize a live stream is YouTube. Now, I know that some of you are not currently in the YouTube partner program, and that's okay. In 2023, YouTube actually is going to be doing something great for smaller YouTube channels. They're going to be creating a tier called fan funding. So you will not have the same 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscriber milestones necessary in order to monetize live streams with super chats, which are donations directly from the audience, super stickers, also donations from the audience, and channel memberships. You will have those fan funding features available to you without being in the current tier of the YouTube partner program. Now, we don't have the details on exactly how many subscribers and what the other requirements are. We just know that they're going to be extremely low. So that's very exciting. And I think that's going to be something great for the community. And yes, we have the little soundboard there. And so I'm really looking forward to that, because I think it's going to encourage a lot of you. I know that for a lot of you, the big challenge is, well, I'm not in the partner program, so I need to get there in order to benefit from a lot of this advice and from the monetization features. So definitely understand the concerns there. And like I said, we're going to answer your questions. However, you actually can monetize fairly early as a streamer on YouTube in a lot of different ways. And we will talk about that, and I will answer some of your questions. I really just want to shout out some of the community. We see Andrew Can here. We see Nabu. We see, who else do we see here? MacFan PR. Mr. Camera Junkie is in the house. Francis. And that's something important to do, by the way, for all of you noticing, is when you have people in your live streams, please make sure that you notice and acknowledge them. Another thing you can do is also ask everyone to share your live stream when it's out. And I'm going to ask all of you to share this live stream wherever it is that you can, so that more people see it. Make sure that they're watching the replay. So when it comes to monetizing, in general, when it comes to YouTube, we think of YouTube AdSense and we think of the YouTube Partner Program as the primary way to monetize. However, that is not always the primary way to monetize. And one of the things that people overlook, because they think of ad revenue and brand deals, and that's all anyone thinks about, brand deal revenue and ad revenue. One of the best things you can do if you are a content creator who is not monetized right away, and then we'll talk about everyone who is monetized and they're not thinking about that, but they want more ways to make income from their live streams. One of the things you can do very early on: t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and stickers, merchandise. So I use Spreadshop for my merchandise, and it's great because it costs you $0 up front to make it. I would say then you should buy some of your own merchandise, wear it on your streams, and then promote it. And one of the great things you can do at StreamYard is, because StreamYard has graphical banners, you can promote your merchandise. And I'll give you a primary example. Here is the Create Something Awesome hoodie. You see what I just did there? With the push of a button in StreamYard, because the branding tools in StreamYard, I'm able to literally have an advertisement for my merch sit to the left-hand side here. And this is a really good visual cue and reminder for anybody in my audience to buy my merchandise. Okay. And so that ultimately is something that can drive direct sales. And so a lot of you are focused on ad revenue and you don't even necessarily get $5 for every 1,000 views on your channel. But every time you get a transaction where someone buys a t-shirt, a hoodie, a hat, a sticker pack, you'll be making $5 to $8 after cost, because with print on demand services like Spreadshop, you don't pay money up front, but they just take it out of the profits whenever you make a sale. It's print on demand. So what a lot of people don't realize is you can set your own price margins for this. It can be $5, $8, $12 on hoodies. Maybe you make $2 or $3 on sticker packs. Sticker packs sell really well. It's a really cheap way for someone to support you and then still get something. So you can be doing that instead of, oh, well, I don't have super chat, so I can't get donations. Oh, I don't have ad revenue, so I can't make money. You will make more money from one sale than you would from 1,000 views. So it also doesn't matter if you are a small influencer or a small YouTube channel, because you could just promote. And if you're live streaming, this is a really convenient way to do it. It's just to use the visual graphics. So Andrew has a question from the community. How is the best way to bring affiliate links up on stream? Well, that's a great question, Andrew. I would find that one of the best ways is to actually, if you want to bring up affiliate links on string, I actually have an example for you. Okay. So let's say that I'm doing a live stream. And I want to promote something with my affiliate link. If I don't have a graphic or a video I could cut to promote the thing on camera, if I have the prop, if I have the thing I want to promote on camera, I can use a visual prop. Primary example, I could tell people, hey, one of the best lenses that I have is this 15 millimeter lens f1.2. So the thing is, if they can see me holding it, they know, hey, Roberto uses this. He owns it. He bought it with his own money and he's promoting it now. Oh, I want that lens. I want that camera. So the thing is, if I have something that I can use as a physical prop on screen, it's easier to sell, both in terms of how do I, bring the affiliate links up. If I actually bring the physical product to basically be my co-host on stage, it makes it a lot easier, because now it's not an abstract. It's not in the viewer's imagination. They can see it with their own two eyes. And that is a dope lens. So all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm going to go to the affiliate links in the description of Roberto's video. And I'm going to click on the camera lenses and gear that he uses. And then even if they don't buy it, if you're in the Amazon influencer program, even if they don't buy that exact thing, if they buy anything after clicking your link for the next 24 hours, you're going to get credit for it and you're going to get a commission from Amazon. In the case of software as a service, like our good friends at TubeBuddy and obviously our host here, StreamYard, a lot of those links last for 30 days after someone clicks on it. So since those last for 30 days, there's a longer buying window for them to make a decision, do a free trial, whatever. And so as long as they've clicked your link in the last 30 days with something like TubeBuddy or StreamYard, you're going to get credit for that sale. And in many cases, recurring monthly commissions from that one sale. So you make money multiple times from it. So that's something to think about. When it comes to affiliate links, your best bet, even when you're doing live streaming with affiliate links, show versus tell, or show instead of just tell, is a big deal. And it helps a lot. It helps out considerably when you're trying to convince people that this is a good opportunity, this is a good product or service to buy. So if you can show those things, it's much easier than just talking about it. So I would say a lot of show versus tell. Great question. Again, if you post your questions, please post a Q next to them in the chat, and I will try and answer those questions for you. Oh, that looks good. Exactly. Um, yes, you use the brand tab, and you can use that on the free version too. So what Andrew's talking about here is when I want to promote something, whether it's affiliate link, whether it's my merchandise, if I want to promote something, I've made my own graphics and I put them in the brand tab. And I make these in Photoshop. You can use Canva, you can use whatever. And so what I do is I make them 1920 by 1080. And by the way, I will be back here on the StreamYard channel. There are multiple live streams planned, and we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff throughout 2023. If you guys want, I can do an entire workshop on graphics for live streaming, and we can go ahead and set something up. In fact, in the chat, let me know, do you guys want me to make a graphics pack for live streamers? And you want me to go ahead and to put that out? Because what I can do is I can make you a graphics pack for promoting stuff in your live streams. And we can definitely do that. And I have things like the YouTube starter kit. So obviously I can make that, because here it segues into another thing we can talk about. If you have your own products, you can sell them directly to your audience in your live streams, including digital products, not just merchandise. So primary example, if you want me to, make some graphics for you like this to promote your merchandise or promote things on stream, and you're not a good graphic designer, I can make those things. And then all you have to do is swap them out. Delete my photo of my merchandise and put your mock-up, put your thing in there, and then boom. Now, in terms of how I make the mock-ups with the models for my merchandise, I use a website called placeit.net. I believe they're owned by Envato. And so that's how I make a model that wears my merch. I have a couple of different ones here. But you can also make graphics that promote other things. Like I have a music channel, and I have a graphic to promote that. So I can cycle through these. And this is in the free version of StreamYard, by the way, is to be able to use branding graphics. But I also made my own custom graphics for these things. I even made one for my own book. So, I did that. So the thing is, you can sell your own products. It can be merchandise. You could promote something physical, show it off like I do with my book, show it off in screen, talk about it, and you can sell directly to your audience. You just have to also explain to them what the product is, talk to them about it, show them that, give them a sample. In a way, it showcases it, but you do not have to turn your entire YouTube channel into QVC in order to accomplish this. By the way, during things like Cyber Week and Black Friday, it's also fine to turn your YouTube channel into QVC if you're doing something like tech, or if you're doing beauty and makeup products, you're doing fashion. There's nothing wrong with doing that and promoting it. And Cyber Week and holiday sales are a good opportunity to do that. Maybe you're doing a brand collab and they have some kind of a doorbuster sale. So those are things that you could do. Mac Fan PR. I was thinking to start with shirts with my logo, but that is after first making the real business. I actually think more of you should stop making things with your logo and expecting people to buy them. I think you should make things for the community. You should make things for the community. So the thing is, create something awesome isn't a logo of mine. It's a saying of mine. And it's just something that is very, we have that as part of the community. But what I also have is I have a hoodie that is literally just says the word creator. And that's about my audience. That's about you. That's about being a content creator and saying, hey, I'm a content creator, and wearing a hoodie that says that, and not something that promotes me. So create something awesome is a motivational saying that I came up with, and it's the name of my book. Sure, it's the name of my book, but it's also something motivating for content creators. It's like, oh, I want to create something awesome today. I want to create something awesome today. So yes, it's the name of my book and it's the name of my podcast, but it's also a motivational saying. And anybody could be saying that. But putting creator on a shirt or a hoodie isn't about me. That's about you. Make something about the audience instead of about yourself. Make it about them instead of just all about yourself, your brand, your thing. It doesn't do anything to wear. If you're not a creator like that's pretty big, it doesn't do anything for someone to wear your logo. Yes, they could be saying, oh, well, I'm a fan of yours. But those are very like niche things, and you'll sell less of them. You'll sell more things if the things you sell are about the audience. Virtual Violence Gamers Hero says, what mic would you recommend for a streamer? So we're really talking more about making money. But from a technical standpoint, I really like Shure microphones. I have the Shure SM7B here, but things like the Shure M7 are a little bit cheaper. But this is about a $400 microphone. There are versions of it that are about $200. So I would recommend those. The KMH family. Hey, Roberto, hope all is well. We're going to start live streams on StreamYard, but my daughter and I on the same screen camera. What microphone would you recommend? Yeah, a lot of people keep asking about the microphone recommendations. I will do a stream dedicated to the gear of live streaming and podcasting if all of you want me to do that. I absolutely can, and I have no problem coming back on StreamYard and doing a tech Q&A. I've actually done one on the StreamYard channel that you can watch, but I can definitely do another tech Q&A. If both of you are going to be on screen at once, I recommend each of you have a microphone. And so it depends. If you want to make it simple and you want to use microphones that are USB powered, Elgato has their microphones. You could get two of those. I think they're about $150, and I would get two of those. If you want the best bang for the buck money can buy, two Shure SM7Bs, but you will need something that has an XLR input and converter. So that's some extra expense that could get very expensive. But I don't see a problem with you using, in terms of the microphones. Well, you're going to be doing it with StreamYard and you're both going to be on camera at the same time. Maybe it's not two microphones. Maybe you both, I would want to still have two microphones. So I would try to create a two microphone setup. And from an inputs standpoint, what gets interesting there is you might have to use an audio interface for that. So maybe you use a Focusrite Scarlett and you use two XLR microphones. Maybe you get the cheaper Shure SMB microphones, use a Focusrite Scarlett. It becomes the input. And then you use one camera, but two mics. That's an interesting thing. I might have to do a tech Q&A for things like that to explain, okay, one camera, two mics. But thank you for that. I'm going to use that. Maybe I'll make a diagram about that. Yes, if you're going to promote anything on stream, a very important thing you need to do is have your links ready before you start. So something I use that also makes my life easier is I use a service called Genius Link. There you can do a free version, but there's a paid version. It's not very expensive, to be honest. And so the reason I use Genius Link is also if something changes, I can change my links. So let me try and share that on screen real quick. So if I share my screen, let me share this. And here we go. So what I have here is with Genius Link, I have links for t-shirts. I have links to my book. I have links to all my other affiliate stuff. So, and I can just load these up. And the great thing about this is this also gives me tracking information and tracking data. So if I go to something like reports, I can go ahead and I can see which of my links got clicked on in the last 30 days. There are other things I get, like which countries people are clicking from. And so this is actually really good. Very interesting stuff here. I can obviously look over like the past year, which will take forever, but like, okay, boom, thousands of clicks on certain links. So what this does is, very good tracking data. And if for some reason an affiliate program changes, I can change the links. So for one thing, if you're going to live stream, being prepared before the live stream massively helps. Obviously, it helps to always be prepared. But if you can have your links prepared, but also if you have things in place like tracking and tiny links, pretty links, that kind of thing, then that can actually really help you a lot. And the other cool thing I like is on mobile devices, for those of you whose Amazon influencer links, you're in the Amazon affiliate program. Something that's really cool is when they click on an Amazon link with Genius Link, it actually opens in the Amazon app. So instead of in a Safari browser. So that's actually really good. Mike's Computer Tips. Hey, Roberto, what do you think about two shorts? I've been away from a couple of years and noticed now they have shorts. We're really talking about monetizing live streams. I think YouTube Shorts is a great opportunity, though. Chantal says, Roberto, you're killing it everywhere. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. El Jefe says, love seeing you live again, brother. Yes, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Andrew has it in that if you want to see a graphics effect stream, hashtag GFX stream. Yeah. I can do a stream where we talk about graphics, and I might put together a smaller graphics pack, that people could buy very affordably. I am working on a streamer starter kit. You guys know about the YouTube starter kit. I am working on a streamer starter kit, but that's not going to be ready until 2023. However, I might be able to get you guys a smaller streamer pack sooner that helps you with promoting stuff on your streams and having graphics and VFX that you can use on your live streams. And so I think that would be pretty cool just for you guys to have like a streamer bundle with at least a few assets. So definitely something I can work on for you. Happy to do that. Yeah, but that's another thing is just consider what it is that your audience desires, what they want, what their problems are, and you can solve those things. When you do that with things on stream, that could be donations, that could be things you sell, that could be merchandise, that could be digital products, it could be physical items, it could be affiliate links, it could be solving problems on stream. If you're a tech channel, you could actually on stream do a tech demonstration on stream with all the Amazon affiliate links for everything you're showing. And that's not quite a QVC thing. It's more of a workshop thing. And then people are like, okay, I'm going to buy all the resources to be able to do this. And so that would be really good. I've seen Linus Tech Tips make a killing by doing a PC build live streams where he literally assembles a PC from scratch with all the components, unboxes them, puts everything together live, and people buy from the links. And that's really good. It's very clever. Someone could also do that with makeup. They could do a live get ready with me live stream, put on all their makeup, put their face on, and they could sell every product that they're using in the links in the description of that video live. And that would be like a really good way to approach it. So Matt Cave says, how frequently should a bot remind the audience about things like donations, subscribing, etc.? Currently, I have Nightbot set to every 20 minutes. I think every 10 to 20 minutes is perfectly fine, and I think that's reasonable. Nightbot is something that you can activate that can, on a schedule, do things like promote for you in the chat of your live streams. So you can use something like Nightbot to accomplish that. And I think it's actually a really good tool. And I think it's a good way to do it. And I think maybe every 10, 15, or 20 minutes during a live stream is perfectly reasonable. It's definitely less interruption than a TV show does. Another thing you can do is you could run your own advertisements during a live stream that you've made yourself to promote your own thing. Like I have one for my book that I run, and I use that whenever I need to take a restroom break. Whenever I need to take a restroom break, whenever I need to go to the men's room, I actually just run an ad to promote my book to my live streaming audience. And I'm going to actually work on that for other things. I'm going to actually work on something like that to promote StreamYard, who's a sponsor of mine, during my own live streams on my channels. So that's something that I'm working on, which, we can definitely talk about sponsorship and live streaming as well. So let's see here. John Hart has a question. I've done 7 streams, 2 streams to 6 destinations. My largest audience currently is Twitter. Doesn't allow comments. Any ideas to maximize Twitter without comments and Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, etc.? Okay. Well, since the Twitter doesn't have comments, the thing is what you probably should do is incorporate it into your live stream tell people a hashtag so that you can use a hashtag to get some traction in Twitter. And then also in the tweet that you make for the live stream that you set up with StreamYard, maybe you utilize a hashtag so that is associated with your stream, your particular stream. And so maybe that would actually be a way to maximize around that. Now, since you don't get comments, in theory, you could arrange while you're doing a video live stream, technically, to do a Twitter space where you're using the Twitter audio for people to be able to listen into it. And maybe that maximizes Twitter. Now, what they won't be able to do is they won't necessarily be able to interact in terms of audio wise, unless you arrange for that with your phone through something like maybe the Rodecaster Pro or something. That's my soundboard over here is the Rodecaster Pro. So if you arrange something like that, then you're going to be able to use that and Bluetooth, and maybe you can actually kind of arrange somewhat of a call-in show for to interact a little bit with the Twitter audience, maybe one person at a time. But that could get very complicated, Joe. So just consider that that's a possibility. But that's also more of a technical question. This is why I have to do a tech stream at some point. I will have to come back and do a tech stream on the StreamYard channel for more advanced setups and things like that. Chantel says, I hear you talk about StreamYard. Why do you like that platform for live streaming? They have if so, do they have a free version? So StreamYard is actually hosting this on YouTube, and I'm multicasting it to LinkedIn, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook simultaneously. That's why I like it so much, Chantel. So not only are they a sponsor, and I am a partner with them, and they're actually hosting today's live stream, but I can use them to simulcast to multiple locations. Also, when I want to interview a guest, I can just send them a link. They don't have to download anything. They plug it into their browser, and then they can be a guest with me on stream. The other thing I can do is now we have a new feature called local recordings, which means that I can record a perfect quality video to my hard drive of my camera feed and the camera feed from my guest that I'm interviewing, which means that then I can do a super fancy edit. And I use Adobe Premiere Pro. You can use Final Cut Pro. You can use DaVinci. You can use whatever. And then I can do a multicam edit. And that's how I'm doing my interviews for my podcast and for my YouTube channel. So I get all these perfect, wonderful features with StreamYard. It also records a copy of the video in the cloud for me, and I can have cloud storage options. So that's why I use StreamYard, is because it's basically the superior live streaming platform because I can easily record guests. I have multicam features with me and guest for the downloads. I have cloud download storage. I have there's not really a good reason for me to use something else. So that's why. It's a great question. And it's a great opportunity to plug StreamYard and show them some love. El Jefe has a great point about merch designs. He says, make cool merch designs, and that works far better than logo merch. Ask me how I know. And that's because El Jefe has some of the coolest merch. He has the, know your value t-shirt. Know your value? Anybody could wear that, and it's dope. And he has it in graffiti, and it's a really dope shirt. So very cool, very urban aesthetic. So he just has a good aesthetic. A good aesthetic piece of merchandise is more important than your logo. Logos are about vanity and ego. Aesthetic is about your audience. So make your merch in the aesthetics of your audience instead of about your ego and your logo. Logos are ego. Aesthetics are for the audience. Logos are ego. So that's an easy one to remember. And then aesthetics are for the audience. So just make something that is aesthetic and cool for the audience to wear. Make dope merch. Make dope merch. Simple. Wish there was a feature where two channels can go live together. Two channels going live together actually wouldn't benefit them. It would split the audience. So the answer is you go live together on camera together on one person's channel. It doesn't make sense for it to be on two people's channels at once because all it does is fragment the audience. So what people should do is, if you want to do, okay, I can do another. This is another stream about how to grow as a live streamer. If you're going to collab with someone, or you're going to be a guest, or they're a guest for you, use the community tab, promote each other in the community tab, but you live stream on one person's channel and you go live together. But again, you can schedule it. It could go on both channels, but I think it's a terrible idea for it to go live on both channels. I think it's better for you to go live on one person's channel and for you to promote, because then whoever is hosting, well, that person might be able to grow the audience. So you can either go on the platform that has the largest audience, or you can go on the smaller person's platform, and maybe that grows the audience. But if you sit there, and if it's live streamed on 2 YouTube channels at once, there's not that much of a benefit. It dilutes the potential, because if the big YouTuber and the small YouTuber went on the small YouTuber's channel, that might grow the small YouTuber. If they go on the big YouTuber's channel, it might still grow the small YouTuber, because it gives them exposure to a bigger audience. So you see what I mean? So it's either that the bigger channel is now giving credibility to the smaller channel either way, by being on their channel or by promoting or driving traffic. So it's better that way. What you can do is you can come to an arrangement to where maybe you host the live stream on one person's channel, and the clips go on the other person's channel, and then that helps them. So that's the type of thing. Viscountess Wilhelmina, Vicantis Wilhelmina says, can I create reaction videos with StreamYard? Technically, you can. Maybe that's something we cover in either the growth live stream or the tech live stream. But StreamYard has a screen sharing and screen recording feature. So that's something that you could definitely use. Yep. El Jefe says, can't recommend Genius Link enough. Genius Link for the win, y'all, in terms of your affiliate links and your affiliate marketing. It's really good. One of the best ways to monetize a live stream, in my opinion, is the affiliate links and the affiliate marketing. It's long-term sales. You can make the videos to have evergreen value. The clips from the live stream could be promoting that. So there's even more sales, evergreen value. So I feel like the 2 biggest ways I think that you make the best long-term money live streaming are with affiliate links and direct sales. Affiliate links and direct sales. So selling your own product, whether it's digital products or merchandise or books or whatever, I think that that's the best thing. Because one, you keep all the money. And then the next best thing is affiliate links, because you can make money recurring. And with affiliate links, it could be one-time sales of physical products like cameras, camera lenses, dope camera lens here, boom, dope camera, dope Sony camera here, boom. I could be linking to those and I would make money in commissions. If I'm in a category like tech camera gear, camera lens like this is a $90 commission. A camera lens like this is a $90 commission. 10 people buy from me, I make $1,000. So a live stream that is a tech demonstration or a live photo shoot, I could make a considerable amount of money by promoting high-end camera gear. If even a handful of people buy it, I make considerable money. So that tells you the real power there. But it depends on what category you're on. If you're just, you're promoting books, you don't make as much money as if you were promoting camera gear, clearly. Now the difference is maybe for your credibility, promoting books is better. Maybe that's what your audience wants, but obviously the camera gear. So now the thing is, as nice as the affiliate commissions on that camera gear is, maybe you make a lot of long-term commissions if you're promoting software as a service, a SaaS affiliate link. Let's say that the commission on that SaaS affiliate link would be $50 a month. Well, what if you get 10 people to sign up on one live stream to a $50 something that where your cut is like, you get a 30% commission, and that'd be $50 because it's a $150 SaaS product. Maybe you did a tutorial live and you got people to buy that SaaS product. 10 of them buy it. They're all paying, you're getting $50 a month for every sign up. So now you're getting $500 a month on all those signups. Well, in a year, that's $6,000 in a year, because it's $500 a month and there's 12 months in a year. So you could see how this, adds up. That's an extra $6,000 for the year. And that's 10 people. That's 10 people. So what if you're doing a live stream like that weekly, monthly, and you're getting signups. You see how quickly this escalates, right? You see how, and that's the thing. See how quickly this escalates, which means even if you were a smaller content creator with 2,000 subscribers, but you're covering a software like Kajabi or Podia or Teachable or something like that, like you're using some kind of e-commerce platform, you're an affiliate for an e-commerce platform or an education learning platform or something like that, you could be making $20, $30, $50, $100 a month per user, depending on the program that they're using, the software that they're using. And then if you get 10 people sign up, you can be making hundreds of thousands of dollars off of 10 people per month for the signups for that in terms of the affiliate commissions. I'd say beyond affiliate commissions and selling your own products directly, the next best thing is to promote memberships, but we'll get into that in a minute. We can answer some more questions. Coco Kimura says, hey, Roberto, my niche is in the anime drawing niche. I'm a big fan of anime. So I'm a Japanese illustrator. My major students are Gen Z. It's mostly their parents that pay for online school. Do you think an email list building is old fashioned for Gen Z? How can I own my potential customers? This is a great question. I love this question. And the reason I love this question is, Gen Z is not that young anymore, and they're only getting older. And if you're going to be doing this for a while, Gen Z is only getting older. The oldest person in Gen Z is like 25, which means that, there are people in their 20s with their own money within Gen Z. The other thing is the teenagers in Gen Z, a lot of them are making money online now. So there are teenagers in Gen Z that make their own money. Now, in terms of signing up for an online school to pay for your online school, that's fine. A lot of them will do that. But I would say that art supplies, Bob Ross didn't get paid by PBS. A lot of people don't realize Bob Ross was on PBS for decades and he didn't get paid by PBS. But what he did was he got paid off the sales for his artwork itself. He got paid off sales for paint supplies, tools, courses, and art supplies and things like that. He owned an art supply business. So Coco, for you, I think it's very similar. I think that Amazon affiliate links can do very well for you in your streams and in your videos and your replays. I think that a lot of people in Gen Z that consume your content do have access to those things, and some of them have access to more money than you might think. Their parents will pay for the courses because it's a commitment. You see, courses are a commitment. So yeah, their parents. But again, there are people in Gen Z that are in their 20s, and most of them start working at 16 years old, whether they work in the real world doing retail or whether they go and they work online and make money. A lot of them work for YouTubers now. So Gen Z isn't completely broke. I sometimes make fun of them a little bit and go, oh, Gen Z's like, oh, a young audience. Oh, by a young audience, do you mean a broke audience? But to be fair and to be very real with you, a lot of people in Gen Z, they have some money. They may not have as much money as someone who's in their 30s or 40s. They don't have as much money as their parents, clearly. But people in Gen Z, there's some of them with money. So do I think that building an email list is too old-fashioned? No. Most of you in terms of live streaming, here's what I think makes money. I can tell you guys actually the 3 L's that make money. It's 3 L's and they make a W. Long form, live streaming, and list. Long form, live streaming, and list. Now, we all love YouTube Shorts, or maybe some of us don't. I don't know. But if we all love YouTube Shorts, right? Everyone loves YouTube Shorts. There's some money in YouTube Shorts for very few people. But there's like almost no money in YouTube Shorts. All of the money is still in long form content, and all the money is still in live streaming as well. And all the money is still in list building. And I can tell you some real numbers. I have a friend who has an email list with about 28,000 subscribers on their email list. They have sponsors, and their sponsors pay $5,000 to be featured in their email list. So they have a very lucrative email list. They send this email list out 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. And there's a sponsor in basically every newsletter that they send. And their sponsor slots are $5,000. So that means they're not making $5,000 a month from their email list. They're making $5,000 every time they send out their email list, which means they're making a minimum of $5,000 a week from their email list. of 28,000 specific people. So they're making $5,000 a week from their email list, not a month, per week from their email list. I want everyone to pause for a minute, bruh, and just really take that in. They're making $5,000 a week from their email list of 28,000 people. It's a niche specific audience. They're working with some very specific brands, but that's what they're getting. So an email list is worth it, obviously, for marketing directly to your audience, owning the relationship with your customers or potential customers, having access to your audience, not held back by an algorithm or denied by an algorithm. But all of you are sleeping on how valuable to sponsors an email list is. So that's real numbers. Here's another set of real numbers for you. So in terms of, I'm trying to remember exactly where I was going with this. Oh, right. So in terms of audience and in terms of audience development, something that I think a lot of people do not understand when it comes to a lot of this stuff is that if you have an email list and you have, let's say, 10,000 people on your email list, and you're able to sell just 1% of the people on your email list, that's 100 sales. That's 100 customers. If every one of those customers that you sold on an email is worth $100 on a digital product that you sell, you've made $10,000 on that 10,000 person list, and you only had to sell 1% of them. So I think too many of you drastically are underrating the power of email list, and it's not old fashioned, and it works to this day. It still works. So just be aware of that. Andrew says, would you suggest adding the affiliate link in a chat from, and this is from Marianne Cresp. So I would, and the thing is, you could use something like the automation in Nightbot so that you don't have to manually do it yourself all the time, and it can be done on a timer for you. And this could be incredibly helpful, especially since, like we said, when they click, if it's Amazon influencer links, 24-hour cookie. If it's something like TubeBuddy, StreamYard, or software as a service, it could be a 30-day cookie and you would get paid. So it could definitely be worth it. Mizzle TV says, Roberto, how do I get my stream not to lag? Usually it's a hardware, software, or internet connection issue. This is not the tech Q&A stream. I will do a tech Q&A stream for y'all, but the short version answer of that is wired internet connection. Something I do when I go to hotels is, if you're doing it and you're at a hotel when you travel, maybe I should actually do a how to travel and live stream show. But something I do now is I bring an Ethernet cable with me. When I can't remember, I actually go to the hotel help desk and I ask them for an Ethernet cable. And then there usually is an Ethernet port in most modern hotels today. And so I literally hardwire into the hardline Ethernet. Now I still have to pay for the internet connection, but I do that, or I ask them if I can use the hardline, and they help me out or set me up. So I talk to the hotel. I let them know what I'm doing. I'm not being sneaky. I was like, but I use the hardline so I have a persistent connection, and that delays lag. Another thing that delays lag is depends on how you do it. I'm using a real webcam, a real camera, and I'm using two real cameras. I have a switcher here. And so what I did was I found that for me, I had to plug in my switcher in a way where it's using its USB Type-C connection in order to reduce the lag. And even when I use Camlink, I have to go USB Type-C and use a converter. And that just helps it because of the speed and the throughput. So it's about your wired connections. If you have a Sony camera, you can literally just USB Type-C to USB Type-C and plug it into your computer, turn on StreamYard and go, and you're not going to have lag. So that's something I love. So again, this is not the tech version of the Q&A. This is not a tech Q&A, but we will do a tech Q&A for you guys. Yes, assets made to incorporate in StreamYard is really cool. Squeeze the most juice out of exactly. Exactly. So that's why I use graphics that I make. Um Linus Tech Tips is a great content creator who makes merchandise. And his merch store tends to make him more money than the ad revenue from his videos. Absolutely. And that's because he makes very cool stuff. And yes, thank you to our good friend Andrew Can for holding it down the chat. Thank you. And thank you to our friends at StreamYard. Thank you to everyone for being here. Indeed. All right. So the Gatlinburg Hussey says, I receive tips on my live stream through PayPal. YouTube takes 30%. What's the best way to receive tips and not pay much in taxes or give YouTube half? LLL. Okay, so I can't give you tax advice, but I will tell you, if you watch the video that I did, which was a collaboration with a set of tax preparers, I think it was TurboTax at the time, or H&R Block or someone. This is a tax video I did on YouTube 2 years ago, where I got most of my information from them. So it's like, again, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an accountant, blah 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 blah, scam, blah 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 blah, cry. Anyway, I'm not an accountant, so I'm not going to give you tax advice. What I will say is I talk to tax people, and I made a video about taxes for YouTube. The main thing is make sure you pay your taxes for YouTube and talk to an accountant. But you're not going to want to go to your regular tax preparer like up the street or something like that. You're going to want to go to a CPA that works with small business owners, and you're going to pay a little bit more, but you're going to pay a lot less in taxes if it's enough money. The other thing I would say is, in terms of, oh, you want to not pay the 30% to YouTube for super chats, super stickers, channel memberships, then you're going to have to go your own way, which means you're going to need to take payment some other way. Now, you can have that directly through something like PayPal or Stripe and just pay processing fees. So you'll pay a little bit less. You'll pay a very small percentage, maybe it's close to 2 or 3%. You could set it up to where you have buy me a coffee that takes a very, very small fee, or you can use Patreon, and that takes a small fee. However, the convenience is YouTube Super Chats. So even when you lose the 30%, the thing is, it's the convenience, because it'll be 30% of a bigger number instead of 100% of a smaller number. So as long as that number is big enough, it doesn't matter, because that's the most convenient way for the majority of your users. There's a YouTube channel that I helped coach. I'm not going to name them, but they're pretty big. They hit 1 million subscribers, and they primarily do podcasting and live streaming. I think that they're doing 2 million a year in super chats. Yeah, YouTube is taking 30% of that, but it's the most convenient way, and it's probably their largest revenue stream outside of stocks and real estate. It's their largest revenue stream, but it's like at 1 million subscriber channel, sure, that makes it that certainly makes a difference. And they have a massive, very generous audience, but they make over 2 million. Actually, the 2 million might be after YouTube takes the 30%, but they get like, they make like 2 million, and it's primarily through super chats, because it's the most convenient way for their audience. If their audience has to log into another app, log into another program, go through another process, it's harder to give you money. So the lesson in that is, do not make it difficult for someone to give you money. The best way to monetize is to not make it difficult to give you money, and that will solve a lot of problems. So that's just something that you may want to consider and keep in mind. But I do appreciate the idea of wanting to keep as much of the money that people are giving you. Property Problem says that he uses Tip Booth set up from Ed with from Film Booth, much smaller fees than others, and have yet to see any money from it since you don't post a lot. Yeah. So if you did do something like use Tip Booth, for example, if you're doing YouTube Live, you'd probably want to make that the pinned comment of the stream. You'd want to pin it in the chat so that people can use the donation link. So if you're going to use donation links instead of YouTube Super Chats, you'll want to pin the donation link in the chat, and you'll want to pin it in the comment section for the replays as well. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/@Roberto Blake, at as in the at symbol, and then my name, Roberto Blake. And that's how you can find me. Andrew Can says you can also bring OBS into StreamYard if you like what you have there, but want to bring a guest on, and it makes it very easy for both. That's a great tip, Andrew, and that's really good for the tech stream. Andrew, when we do a tech Q&A, if you want, you're welcome to co-host with me. Yes, you can share your StreamYard channel to your StreamYard video to multiple YouTube channels at once. I just think it's a very bad idea. Generally, it's a bad, in my opinion. Would you wait until you have a certain amount of subs or views before looking into live stream sponsors? So this is a question from Clock Dodgers podcast. If I'm a podcast, maybe I don't need to be nearly as big, but if I'm a streamer and I'm not a podcaster, then maybe. Because if you're a podcaster and you have an audio version of your podcast, you can sell sponsorship based on download numbers instead of on video numbers, and the video numbers are bonus. So I would start with affiliate and use that as proof to help me get more sponsors. However, for the rest of you, if it's YouTube videos or if it's live streams, the main thing you need to consider is that it doesn't do you a lot of good to have an audience that doesn't feel like you've put in the work. So keep in mind that before you decide, well, I want a sponsor, and because you either need the money or you want it to validate and motivate you to keep doing the work because then you're getting paid to do the work, you have to realize that the audience doesn't like a sellout. And I'm not saying you're a sellout if you take sponsors, but I'm saying how the appearance or optics look matters. Optics matter to the audience. So they need to feel like you're loyal to them first. And the sooner you take sponsorships, the sooner they start questioning that. Because the earlier, and this is where a lot of smaller content creators do not like this advice from me, of why I do think that sometimes it's better to wait to take deals. Partly, one, it's leverage. Two, it's also about loyalty to the audience, and the audience feeling like that you've got, high quality content, high value content. You're putting them first. You're thinking of them first. They need to feel that. And then you can, when you get sponsors, they won't rebel against you. But a lot of people, especially lately, because there have been a lot of sponsorships that have turned out to not be good for the audiences, which we won't name or get into all that drama here. But there have been sponsors that have not been good. And then a lot of creators have reputational damage and backlash because it feels to the audience like creator cared more about chasing the bag, which may not be true, by the way. Bad mistakes happen, but people feel, oh, well, you cared more about chasing the bag than making sure you're not promoting something that hurts me. So that is something that can, I think if you're going to talk about sponsors, you have to consider reputation first instead of money first in the strategy. And so I think people should stop trying to get sponsors as quick as possible, because I think a lot of people do it either because they want to create full time and they want to quit their job and they're not willing to just take it slow, struggle through that, build up slowly. They want to do it as quick as possible. And sometimes it's for good reason, because they're really passionate about it, or maybe their job really sucks and it hurts them. But the answer is sometimes just get a better job, to be honest with you. Don't put it on your audience to make your dream come true as quickly as possible, because if it goes sideways, they'll resent it. So I would say do your due diligence, take things slow, take one sponsor at a time, do what, and make sure that it's absolutely something good for the audience, and make sure it's something. I only really like to work with companies that I already have come out of pocket and invested my own money into. I was a StreamYard customer before I ever worked with them. I was a TubeBuddy customer before I ever worked with them. I was an Epidemic Sound customer and a Storyblocks customer before I ever worked with them. So for me, Adobe, same thing with Adobe. The brands I like to work with and the brands that sponsor me, I was or am a paying customer before I work with them. So for me, audience has to come first. Every creator that puts the audience first will win. And sponsors are something that I think there are multiple ways to prove value to them. I think affiliate marketing can prove value to them. Sales numbers prove value to them. So I think, and if you guys want to know more about sponsorship and brand deals, I have a dedicated playlist on my YouTube channel that's all about sponsorships and brand deals. I also do talk about it in my book, Create Something Awesome, which you can buy on Amazon. Yes, plug for the book, but Create Something Awesome, how creators are profiting from their passion in the creator economy. You can definitely find out more about sponsorship and information there. I even talk a bit about my own sponsorship with StreamYard, the wonderful relationship I have with them. They're such a great sponsor that they actually hosted my book signing at the last conference I spoke at. So again, when you build the right relationship with sponsors, it's going to be fine. But also, when you build the right relationship with your audience, they're not going to be too upset when you get sponsors, especially if they feel like you've done the work. So. And Andrew Can says that if you want to get into affiliate links, you can have a referral code to track clicks and earn free StreamYard credits. Yes, indeed. So if you are with StreamYard, you can actually earn free credits toward your account by promoting with the referral code. And sometimes, like, saving money can be as good as making money when it's the tools you already use. That's why I like to promote the tools I already use. Andrew has a great point. The stream itself can be organic to promote affiliate links. Like, prime example, 10 pieces of tech I recommend for live streaming, 10 best items to improve your cooking, etc. Absolutely. Those kind of things absolutely help. List type things are the best when it comes to promoting links, in my opinion. Yep. Oh, Andrew had a great point that Gen Z also loves Discord servers, and in some cases, that can be as good as an email list. I agree, but with an email list, I actually can import the data into any service that I want, and there's a way for me to own the data. What I don't like about social media platforms, honestly, the thing I don't like is I do not like the idea that I don't own my data. In addition to not owning the access to the audience and that relationship, I don't like that I don't own the data. So Andrew Kavanaugh, good to see you, my friend. Roberto, question: is it true that Facebook squashes viewership when you post your links in the description, and so you would have to post the link in the comments underneath for more visibility? So that's an urban legend that seems to have some truth to it, but they're not transparent about it, and they're not transparent about what triggers it. I find that if I want distribution, LinkedIn is better for link distribution, and Twitter, obviously Twitter. So the thing is, Facebook is no longer the king of distribution. I think LinkedIn's the king of distribution now, but you have to be a professional. And if you want to be more casual or you're an entertainer, then Twitter. I think that Facebook organic reach is dead. So I said what I said. Yes, please consider leaving a like if you are enjoying the stream. Dr. Seb Talks Money says, I'm not monetized on YouTube, so I can't do super chats. However, I used Buy Me a Coffee to purchase my Shure MV7 microphone. Yes, absolutely. So, again, you can do that. You can absolutely do that with Buy Me a Coffee instead of YouTube super chats. And I think they definitely take less of the money. Yeah, no problem, Joe. Happy that we were able to answer your question. Good to see you. Property Problem says, when Roberto said my channel name, I almost fell out of my chair. Yeah, that's the other thing. Interacting with the live stream chat. Interacting with the live stream chat is the advantage of live streams, and that interaction cultivates more people who want to buy, whether it's buying a physical product, again, like a book or something you physically show and promote on stream. When you interact with people and you call them by name, you talk to people directly, you make eye contact with the camera, it's powerful, it's compelling, and they're more likely to do things like super chat, even for no reason, just to say thank you or to ask a question or to hear you say their name. That's a real thing. So people will super chat just for the ability to either ask a question, have their question read out loud, be acknowledged, get attention. They'll pay for that. It's not even a product. And so that's monetizable in that way. But yeah, I mean, just interacting with the audience has a value to it. Roberto, do you remember your first super chat? Unfortunately, no. And I've been doing YouTube so long that, to be honest with you, I don't remember most milestones, and I end up having to look them up. And I'm also very bad about celebrating things. I'm terrible about this because I don't know when I got 1,000 subscribers. A lot of people celebrate. They're like, "Oh, I did it! I got 1,000." I have no idea when I got my first 1,000 subscribers. I had to look up the time it took me to realize, I got 10,000 subscribers in 11 months of doing serious weekly content. I had to look that up. I did obviously celebrate when I hit 100,000 subscribers. There are some old videos where I did celebrate milestones every couple thousand or every couple 5,000, 10,000, but it also started happening at a pace to where I couldn't keep up with it. Instead of just putting out really good content, it was always me putting out celebration videos, and it's like that just didn't feel right. So I just stopped doing it. We didn't have a community tab back then either, so it's like it didn't really make sense. So I didn't really have a really good way to keep up with milestones. So I don't remember most of my YouTube milestones aside from the ones that TubeBuddy gave me a little graphic for. I don't remember them. And I know but in general, I'm really bad at that. I'm really bad at those kind of things. It's not that it doesn't mean something to me. It's that I get so focused on just, okay, it's time to make the next video. It's time to do the next live stream. It's time to do the next podcast. It's time to do this. Oh, it's time to pay taxes. Oh, it's time to launch this product. Oh, it's time to do that. I don't make the time to celebrate things. It sounds terrible. It's just that for me, it ends up being I could be making something, working on something, doing something, answering a question, So I'm really bad at milestones. Lisa Sutton says, StreamYard's very easy for bringing in guests. We do it regularly. Absolutely, it is. Yeah. As creators, it's your job to protect your audience. However, there's only so much you can do. Yeah, there's only so much you can do. I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, we have to hold these creators accountable whenever something happens. I'm like, no, I think there's a reasonable thing to do. It's like, it's not that I'm against holding people accountable. It's about, I am about being reasonable, which means I just need to know that someone didn't knowingly do something and that someone wasn't negligent, like really negligent. And just because something bad happened didn't mean someone was negligent. If somebody was lied to, I don't hold them responsible for being lied to. I hold the liar responsible. So if someone lied to you and then you pass that information on to me, I don't blame you. I blame the liar. I blame the point of origin, so to speak. Because I think that's what's reasonable and that's what's fair. Because when I try to treat people, it's like the golden rule about treat people how you want to be, how you would want to be treated. Well, since most people aren't necessarily kind to themselves, that's probably a bad idea. So I try to some extent, without being patronizing, to treat people like someone I'm responsible for. Now, as an older brother, in my mind, that's like I try to treat and handle people like they're a child or teenager that I'm responsible for, someone who is, old enough to theoretically know better, but won't always get it right and is going to feel really bad about what they did and is going to probably feel worse about it than I do. So I don't feel like it's patronizing or treating people with kid gloves or not holding them accountable. It's that I think I should be very generous with benefit of the doubt when I deal with people, because that's probably the best failsafe in case I get it wrong. Because if I yell and scream and attack somebody and blame them and then I get it wrong, I can't take those things back. I can't undo that. I can't undo how I made them feel about me. So the best thing I can do is give someone the benefit of the doubt, assume that things are an accident or things weren't done maliciously. This is also, by the way, how you should handle either customer service people that are trying to help you, or if you're in customer service and you have an irate customer, the best thing you can probably do is just give people the benefit of the doubt and try to make sure that they understand what happened or what they did wrong or that shouldn't happen again, but that we understand why something happened. We understand how to prevent it next time. And we understand that someone didn't do this on purpose. And we should probably assume people are not doing things on purpose. And then it goes better. Because if we assume people are doing something on purpose and then we yell at them and we try to hold them accountable in some spiteful way or to vent, and then it turns out that this was a sincere, honest mistake that anyone would have made, or that we turn around and next week we make the same mistake as them, then not only do they feel bad, but we also look wildly unreasonable and incompetent when we do that. And I say this to remind you guys that when you do brand deals, you will try to vet your sponsors, and you should try to do this. Is about sponsorship, so it is about the making money thing. You're going to try and vet your sponsors. The odds are, if you do 20 sponsorships, you're probably going to screw one up one way or another. You're either going to screw up with the audience or you're going to screw up with the sponsor, or you're going to screw up in something that's not going to be to your own standards. So the thing is, when you screw up, how should people treat you? And what you would want is, you would want people to treat you like someone who screwed up and not someone who's evil. So when it's other people's turn and they screw up 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 100 times, treat them like they screwed up, like the way you would have wanted to be treated the last time you screwed up, instead of making them feel like they're completely stupid or evil. Just treat them like an adult and someone who, like, slipped up on the job once, but shows up every other day and gets their job right. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't think that's a complicated thing to do, like, to be fair. The same thing with when you work with your brand partners, by the way. If they screw something up, don't rake them over the coals. Don't rake anyone that you work with over the coals. Be a professional. Be someone that people will want to work with. People screw up. I screw up all the time. I screwed up the timing for the live stream. I screwed up the time for the live stream, but did I do that maliciously? No. So everybody can make mistakes, and it doesn't have to be the end of anything, and you just move forward with it and you do the best you can. What I find is, if with my brand partners, when my brand partners screw something up, let's say it's a payment. I've had brand partners screw up payments all the time. Well, you know what I don't do? I don't go, "Where's my money? Are you trying to scam me? Are you a scammer? Where's my money? You said it'd be here 15 days ago." I've never yelled at a brand partner. Not once. And we're talking about brand partners who have been late on payments of $10,000 or more, and I did not yell and scream and assume the worst. We just figured out what's going on in the billing department. We figured out what was what. We figured out if someone made an error or didn't process something, or someone didn't get an email, or something went to spam. We figured it out, So just remember that when you're trying to monetize, you're trying to make money online as a content creator and live streamer, the most important thing that you can do, aside being as forthright with your audience as possible, is that in every other relationship and partnership you have, is to try to be a consummate professional. And professional doesn't mean a perfectionist, and a professional doesn't mean you always get it right. A professional is about treating people with thoughtfulness, kindfulness, extending benefit of the doubt, and generosity, and holding yourself accountable first and then other people accountable second. So just always remember that most important thing is to be a professional. Be a professional. And so that's something that I cannot stress enough will help you long term in this industry. I've been in this industry for a decade. I've been in this industry for a decade. I've had very few bad interactions with people, and ultimately, I think that one of the best pieces of advice I can give you, besides diversifying your revenue streams, having great brand partners and doing your research on them, making sure everything is legitimate, making sure that you're using affiliate links and that can help you prove yourself to brands in the future, also can make you a lot of money. Selling something that your audience cares about, that's not about your ego and your logo, but about what, their desires or aesthetic is, what's on brand for them. I think that one of the most important things you can do beyond that is just ask yourself what your professional standards are and try to maintain your professional standards. And your professional standards are more than the quality of your audio, the quality of your video, having all the right fancy gear, having a nice studio. Like, being a professional is more than that. It's not just about how everything looks. Being a professional is about how you conduct yourself, how you treat people, what your standards are, making protocols for when you make a mistake, how to not to make the same mistake twice. Those things matter. Dr. Seb talks to me. He says, I'm getting ready to do a live stream in a few days, and we'll be doing a giveaway using the StreamYard giveaway tool. Thanks, StreamYard, for that tool. Yeah, absolutely. We love StreamYard, and they do some great tools. The giveaway tool is a very good one. All right. Let's see. And if you're enjoying the stream, please go ahead and smash that like button. Give it a thumbs up. Whatever platform you're in, just make sure you're doing that. Floodlight Show says, great advice. Connections of Lives and Interest 2020 says, amen and amen. Yep. Yep. Andrew Can with the ultimate stoic quote, never assume malice when ignorance will suffice. Absolutely. So yeah. And again, the main thing is also, when it comes to something that I wanted to talk about, there is something I almost forgot with this monetization talk that we absolutely have to get to. Memberships. Memberships are money. And so let's get you guys some advice. And if you have questions about this, this will be the last round here. This will be the last round in terms of our monetization talk. Memberships. YouTube channel memberships are great. It's monthly recurring revenue, but YouTube does take 30%. So if your channel members are paying $5 a month, you get $3.50. May not sound like a lot of money, but once you get, 500 to 1,000 fans, that starts to get some really good money. That could be some really good money right there. So if you get 300 fans that are channel members, you're making $1,000 a month recurring that you can guarantee on. For some of you, that could be rent money. So I think YouTube channel memberships are great, but remember, you're losing 30% on those. Now, when it comes to how you promote that, my answer to it is, okay, $5 a month, 5 members only early or exclusive videos every month. Now, sometimes that's hard to keep up with, and if you don't keep up with it, people will leave your membership, so you could churn people out. But it's a good way to go. And YouTube gives you a milestone acknowledgement for getting 100 members on your channel. I think I have that. I think I have 100 members on my channel. However, you can also have your own membership website. For that, I use a website called Kajabi. So Kajabi is how I do my membership site, awesomecreatoracademy.com. Some people do Patreon subscription-based memberships. That takes a much smaller percentage. I think you give up like less than 10%. So you could do that. The difference is with Patreon and the less than 10%, you don't have to build a website. You don't have to pay for hosting upfront, yada, yada, yada. I like the idea of just having your own membership website and doing stuff like Kajabi. And the reason is I can charge more money for it, and I own everything. So I have the access to my customers. I have the email list. I have the data. I have the analytics. I am not beholden to a platform that can terminate my account without cause. So if you're a control freak like me, that's better. Now, Discord also has memberships now, and most people, they like to offer a Discord server with something anyway. So Discord has memberships and they take 10%, you get 90. I think that Discord is the way for a lot of you to go if you have a younger Gen Z or millennial or young millennial audience. But you know, if you have older folks, it's probably like Facebook offers a subscription as well. And I believe on the Facebook side, I think you keep 90%. I have to double check. But I like Kajabi because no matter how much money I make, the platform doesn't take a percentage. I pay them the same amount of money every single month and they don't take a percentage. So for what I make, Kajabi would, in theory, get 2% of everything that I'm making based on the ratio of what their payment that I make every month is to the amount of money that I make every month. However, it's not a fixed percentage. They get the same amount of money every month, no matter how much money I make. So I like paying up front because I can make the cost fixed. Now, if you don't have upfront money, that's where platforms taking a percentage comes in because you're paying nothing up front. I prefer to take upfront cost, upfront risk to keep all the money on the back end. So that's why I like it. And then I just pay my payment processors, which are PayPal and Stripe. So that's what I like. But that's because I'm in a situation where I can afford to pay for it every month. So I think I pay like $150 a month for it. But I'm making thousands of dollars a month. So on that platform. So that's why, and I am a control freak. And it's Kajabi. It's spelled Kajabi, Kajabi. And if you did want to use my affiliate link, you would go to robertoblake.com/go/Kajabi. And Kajabi is Kajabi. So robertoblake.com/go/Kajabi if you want to use my link, since I recommended it to you. See, there you go. Another affiliate link. In fact, I believe I can copy paste the link for it into the chat if I go to my links in Genius Link here. I definitely believe I have a link for that here in Genius Link. But yeah, but that's a primary example. And so the reason that I really like that is, one, I can customize the website. I can set up my own .com. I did this for awesomecreatoracademy.com. And because I have full control over everything, because it's mine and I can customize and I can do all these things. Again, the reason people like social media and online platforms is because they're free up front. What you lose in exchange is control. So I'm typing this in, try Kajabi for membership websites. And boom. There you go. So it's in the chat now. If you want to try out Kajabi, that's the link. But what I would say is I like control over my membership website because now I have control over the relationship. I have control over the email list. I have control over the data and the stats, and the platform can't tell me what to do. So that's a big difference. And so that could matter to some people. Andrew Can's question is, what do you recommend if the affiliate program I'm in doesn't allow Genius Link, but they don't have any tracking on my end? Well, if they don't allow Genius Link, I would figure out if they allow website redirects. And so if you have a WordPress website or some other redirect method, I would maybe use that, or I would maybe use something like TreeLink. And so I would see if their problem is that they only don't allow Genius Link, or is it that they don't allow referral links at all? But generally speaking, they usually do allow referral links. Some of them will even let you customize the link that they give you. So I would confirm with them and get with someone on their team to find out if is it just Genius Link or is it referral links altogether. So, yep, that would be something I would figure out. Absolutely. All right. And so I think that, a little bit more advice on memberships. Make it clear what people get in the membership, what they're paying for, and why. And really, they should be either driven by the community that they get to be a part of or the access to you as a creator, whichever one it is that is the main value proposition for the audience. So definitely make sure of that. And again, with the memberships, you don't always have to create a Facebook group. Again, there are other tools out there. I really like Kajabi as a tool. I've been using them for like 5 years now. I've been using Kajabi for 5 years now. They've done wonders for me, and not just because I'm an affiliate. It is the thing I use. So if I'm using it for 5 years, using Kajabi for 5 years, I've been using StreamYard since before the pandemic. I was paying like for like some $800 streaming software that was constantly crashing, and I was having to pay like year over year. I was paying for that before StreamYard. I had a webinar tool that I was paying $1,000 a year for. I canceled that because of StreamYard. Like, so I've been a StreamYard user and advocate before I ever started working with them. TubeBuddy before I ever started working with them. Storyblocks, Adobe, all of them. So I would just say, with all of these things, just recommend tools that you actually use and that you're happy to be a customer of, and that you would pay for out of pocket or have paid out of pocket in the past. And just keep that in mind. When it comes to memberships, Andrew Can says, I like forums, old school, but still works well. And Linus Tech Tips has one of the greatest forums. Yeah, Linus has one of the best forums and one of the oldest forums in existence. I'm actually working on building a forum, Andrew. I own the domain creatorhelpdesk.com. So, yeah. So, Andrew, if you want to help me out and you want to help me out with building a forum for content creators that they could use, I own creatorhelpdesk.com, my friend. We can do this. Yes, I'm also a domain squatter. I go out and I buy domains and squat on them for years and might manifest the idea 10 years later. I am that guy. I am that guy that like, I wonder if there is an I am that guy t-shirt. But yeah. Note to self, make an I am that guy t-shirt. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's it. I think it was a wonderful stream. We've been here for about an hour and a half. We answered a ton of questions. I want to thank the team over at StreamYard. I want to thank my good friend Andrew Can. I want to thank everybody who asked wonderful questions in the chat. I believe we did get to literally all of them, if not more than 90% of them. And so the next time I do a live stream, and we might do a community tab poll for this, it'll either be a stream on graphics for you guys for your live streams, and I might have a graphics pack for you guys that you can buy by then, or it might be that we do a tech Q&A live stream, and then you can ask questions about cameras, lenses, latency and lag, camera switchers, audio soundboards, all the things. So we'll do one of those next time. We'll definitely make sure that we do both of them here on the StreamYard channel. You guys are probably going to get a live stream from me once or twice a month. Andrew is going to help me work that out on the schedule, but super happy to do it. Glad I could be here, scheduling issues and all. And we'll just catch you all on the next time. I want to thank everybody for being a part of it. You all are wonderful. I need to update my soundboard. I need a more variety of effects here. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Stay awesome, and I'll catch you all next time.